Hi guys, so here's the story about what happened to me. I got into a really bad accident, a serious bad accident in 2022, I believe, or 2021, 2021, I believe, right? And I had to, be strong. And here are some pictures of the car accident. This is the first car accident that I've ever been in, and it was just so terrifying. And I was traumatized for a very long time. On top of that, I was already hearing voices in my head and just going through so much trauma with the psych meds and everything that they had given me that nearly had me jumping off the roof. And by the grace of God, I didn't, but I was just simply crossing the street, and this car came out of nowhere and it hit me. Like, I never thought this would ever happen to me, right? So during my recovery, I was ordered to, just stay home and relax. And, I wasn't really in my own home. This was my mother's house, and she was really aggressive with me during these times. She wasn't as supportive, but she did open her heart or her door to me. And I thank God for that at least I had somewhere to rest, even if it was hard. But I signed up for a gym membership after this at 24-hour fitness. And in this condition, I just couldn't really go to the gym and work out because I would have to go end up arguing with the staffs. Like for instance, in this situation right here, this guy right here comes out of nowhere. He sees me sitting down with my stuff, minding my own business, trying to work out. After the accident, it was really hard for me to literally just not walk around without holding on to something, or holding on to a wall, or holding on to my suitcase. And this guy from 24-hour fitness was completely disrespectful. He was really rude, and he wasn't the only one. Like, they say 24-hour fitness, when I first came and I signed up, I asked the manager, do you guys allow handicapped people? They said yes, we do. And so if they do, then why do they treat people that are, with disabilities, they treat them less than? Like, I spoke to the manager. I told him, listen, I have a disability. On top of that, I just got into a car accident, and I literally cannot just like walk normal like everybody else, talk normal like everybody else. I need you guys to be as gentle as you're supposed to be, because you're the employees and I'm the customer. I am paying for you guys to be able to have a job. Every time I come over here and pay a visit and pay my monthly bill, you guys are getting paid, and they don't understand that. And I spoke to the manager, which the manager did apologize, and I'll let you guys listen to the audio later about between me and the manager's conversation. It was the black lady, and I forget her name, but she did tell me her name. She was respectful, and of course it was because I approached her respectfully. And when you approach someone respectfully, let me tell you, they're going to be respectful towards you. But when you approach someone, even if it's just even if it's an employee, don't ever suspect the employees to do their job the right way, because there's no excuses that they're human too, because they're supposed to be respectful. Like, this guy was completely disrespectful. He was arguing with me. He dragged me out of he humiliated me in front of everybody as if I did something wrong, when literally all I was doing was sitting down eating some food, telling me that I couldn't eat food, yet they sell food. All you see is vending machines and snack machines in the gym. The manager, after I spoke to the manager literally said, oh, we do accept food. Like, you can eat, here, because we sell food here. We sell snacks here or whatever. And I was like, okay, that's right. Like, that's what I figured. So this guy takes me downstairs, and I ask him, and I'm going to replay this video for you guys after, but I asked this guy, show me where the sign is. Show me exactly where the sign that says no food, because he says it's unsanitary. How is it unsanitary and you guys are selling snacks here, And then I was also forced to have to clean the restrooms myself, just because they were not listening. They were so busy telling me what I'm doing wrong, but I go to the restrooms and the restrooms are messed up. And the rest, that's me sitting down, and that's how, he took a picture. And the way he talked to his manager, literally went off and says if she does not leave, call the police, etc., etc. It was just uncalled for, and I felt like the manager was wrong in this position. I spoke to her and I said, you don't even know the situation. You don't even know what's going on with people. You don't ask them how they're doing. Are they okay? He didn't ask me if I was okay. I could have fell off or something, but because he had such a big ego, a big attitude, he just didn't care about me. I guess it's because I'm black, because he's looking at me, and I'm not trying to pull the black card. I'm a person that's with a disability, and people like this, they prey off of us. They like to abuse us. Like, this is him. He told me he was going to show me a sign where there's no food, and literally look how he mishandled me. He mishandled your customer, 24-hour fitness customer. He mishandled the whole entire situation and literally just threw me out without showing me the sign, because he knows there is no sign that says no food allowed. He knows there's no sign that says that, and that's why he literally just threw me out of the building. I didn't apologize. He wanted me out of there. He mishandled my heart, he ignored my pain, my cry, whatever. When we come to the gym, we come to work out. We don't want to come to the gym to be harassed by employees. It's enough that people are, most people that when you come to the gym are minding their own business, but there are some people that do come up to you and they ask, are you okay? Or they go downstairs and tell the manager or the staff downstairs, oh, this person is sleeping or they're laying down, check if they're okay. There's nothing wrong with that, with being concerned with somebody, but when you put your hands on somebody, and that's a whole nother story. Like, I had a helmet on, and I don't know if it was a customer or if it was an employee, but that person comes up to me, knocks on my helmet. That's why I wear a helmet, because there's a lot of people that are very disrespectful. They just do certain things, they don't understand how to approach people, when it is so important that you approach people with respect, because you don't know who you're approaching. Like, you come to the gym to work out, mind your own business. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. If that person is not bothering you, if that person is not messing with you, just make sure that if you feel like you're concerned, talk to the staff. But I talked to the staff and I told the staff, before you approach any person in here, especially me, you need to make sure you understand the situation. You need to approach the situation carefully. You need to approach the situation with kindness and with sincerity and with love. You need to observe the situation, figure out if the person is breathing properly. Ask them, hey, ma'am, are you okay? Or sir, are you okay? Is there anything I can help you with? If you need anything, just please come downstairs, feel free to ask. And I'm pretty sure they tell people this, but there's certain people that don't. Like, if it's like a business person or a white person or a Spanish or Asian, a person that looks like they're okay, or they're a business person, they're gonna approach them properly. But they look for certain people like that cannot defend themselves, and then they start to just have an attitude. Hey, Sandra, this woman named Amy that works here comes up to me and says, hey, Sandra, there's no sleeping allowed. She has no clue what I'm doing. I'm not even sleeping. How do you know I'm sleeping or not? I'm not even sleeping. I'm meditating. You know what I mean? Most of the time, I'm meditating, literally. When you meditate, you close your eyes and you meditate. When you're stretching, they expect you. When we all come with different issues or with different goals. My goal when I come to the gym.
Oh, there's what lady being here? Because I'm using the restroom.
Since you want to record, warn her that if she refuses to get her belongings and exit the gym, you'll have to call the police and have them escort her out for loitering in the gym.
And what is the reason that they're asking me to leave the gym?
Because you've been eating on the floor. You had your luggage out on the floor, and you did not want to remove your stuff and put it in the locker room.
And you told me one time, and that was the one time that you came up to me and told me I couldn't eat. You didn't tell me the first time you came up to me, right?
So
and the first time when you talked...
Should I call the police? Because you're honestly making the scene where we need people to leave right now.
Okay, so I'm leaving, but you're right here, so I was wondering why you're in my way.
Come on, let's go.
So why?
You can record all you want. This is an actual message.
No, it's okay. It's okay. But what I'm saying, why do you have to escort me off the gym?
Because you've been loitering.
I'm not loitering if I paid to work here. If I paid to be in this gym.
How you were looking outside.
Okay, so that's fine. I'm walking, but I'm letting you know. You're telling me that I need to leave because I'm loitering, but I pay to be here. I pay monthly to be. You know I could sue you guys for this.
You should. If it makes
I
sense.
definitely.
If it makes sense,
Yeah.
yes. But as of
I
right now, I have
will,
a picture
because
of you
it makes no
loitering on the
sense.
floor.
Loitering on the floor, stretching on the floor,
That's
stretching
what
on
you
the
wanna
floor. People work out all day. If they want to sit on the floor, they pay to sit on the floor. I'm just talking to you. I'm talking to you as we're walking. You want to bring me out, I'm letting you know. People can sit and chill and do whatever as long as they're in here working out, right? And if they're not working out, they're stretching. There are other things to do than lift weights.
Are you really
But when you
entertaining
guys
this?
come and harass people, I'm sitting over here working
Our
out.
conversation is
After
called
working
harassing?
out, yeah, it's harassing. You know why? Because you don't communicate to me like a regular person. You're telling me I have these things, and all
told
that
you-
you say to put them in the
I
locker.
literally told you shouldn't be eating here. Work
I'm
out.
not eating.
And I
You
told
see,
my
did you
supervisor,
find
and
me
I
over
sent her
there?
the picture.
That's fine. Did you see
And
me?
what she told me
Didn't
to
I
do
go
was
to the
talk to you.
gym? Didn't I remove myself? Didn't I remove myself from the area to go to handle my business so I can leave? Didn't I do
Another
that?
lady had told me that somebody's there in the sauna right now, so she's not
In
even
the
worried about you.
sauna, it's somebody
so she's not worried
else.
about you. You just had came out at the
Okay,
wrong time
so-
to speak
okay.
to me inappropriately. So I'm going in there again to take out somebody else in the sauna. That's
So
being
I'm thinking you're
inappropriate.
coming in there
I
too.
know, of course. That's why you want to talk to me however you feel like it, but I don't want to accept any of the disrespect.
But now you're telling me that you came to escort me out the building.
That was one of the messages.
That's what you just
yes.
told me.
Do you want to read it? That's
I don't
literally what's
have
right
to-
here.
no,
You
that's fine, but
definitely
I'll
would
be
wanna
back
sue
to
somebody,
talk to
but you
him.
will not get the facts. This
I
is a
got
fact.
the facts
I have a
because
picture
there's
of
no
you looking
sign.
like this.
That's fine.
see
That's
how that
fine. There
looks?
is nothing wrong. What's wrong with me looking like that? Am I breaking the rules for looking like that? So because of my appearance, you're judging me and telling me that I'm loitering because I'm sitting down?
Like, I don't know, what are you talking about?
You're judging me because of what I'm doing that. I'm not doing anything wrong.
You're eating on the gym.
Okay, where does it say that I can't eat in the gym? Do you know that?
It is.
Where?
Sign.
Show me the sign.
That's
Show me the
right
sign. Because I already complained about you guys harassing me.
Definitely, you should do it again. It's
I
true.
will do
If
it
there's
again.
something that makes sense.
I will
then
do
you
it
wanna
again.
that.
Because when you don't
makes
explain these things, when you don't explain these things to people, people don't know these things. First of all, when I first came here, nobody even gave me a tour of the place. Yeah, show me where it says. Because you guys sell food here. You see that? You sell food. They sell food here. You see that shit? It's unbelievable. How we can't eat and drink, but they're selling food to us. That's crazy.
Yeah, so like selling food, but there's no sign that says don't bring outside food. If there was a sign that said don't bring outside food, we wouldn't bring outside food. But the manager, I spoke to the manager, and the manager literally said it's okay. It's not a rule that you can't bring outside food. People can totally bring outside food. That employee just did not know what they were saying. They were very disrespectful and very rude. The manager apologized on their behalf, but an apology is just really not enough, because every time I see that man, I feel like, oh my God, like this is the man that violated me. This is the man that made me feel uncomfortable. This is the man that he doesn't even like me. He doesn't care about my life. He doesn't care anything that happened. Like, when you're a person that's diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia, a person that's disabled, you are like always in defense mode. Like, there's nobody there to defend you. These people, they act like, it's only like normal people that live in this world. No, they got disabled people that cannot defend themselves. And by the grace of God, I'm even able to defend myself. Like, this is me trying to like clean up the restroom just because I don't like the restroom to be dirty, right? But this is me, that was me in the previous, but this is me right now stretching. Like, my focus is literally on my legs, on my the tension in my body. I don't stretch like everybody else stretches. If I focus on the parts that feel the best, I get the energy from the parts that feel the best in my body, in my muscles, and then that remove the tension from my body, and those parts of my those feel good parts, that energy spreads throughout the tense parts of my body, and it makes the tense part feel better, so when I do actually do a regular stretch, it doesn't hurt like it's supposed to hurt. A lot of people don't last that long in regular gyms when it comes to stretching. They don't last that long because it hurts. After a while, stretching hurts. But stretching literally feels good once you get the hang of it. You're not going to want to move from that position until it feels uncomfortable. That's how great feel if stretching feels once you if you're consistent. Stretching is a sport. It's a sport. There are so many flexible ballerinas. Their focus is stretching and working on their moves or whatever. But even gymnastics and things like that, like the reason why they're flexible is not because they stretch once in a while. They literally stretch all day long, every day, all day. That's how they're able to achieve those goals. As far as regular people that go to 24-hour fitness or whatever, they come to the gym too, where they're not really, they don't really have this the knowledge or the skills on what they need to do with their body. Their focus is not necessarily stretching. Their focus is probably trying to get a flat tummy, or just trying to blow off some steam, or probably trying to just literally gain some muscle or lose weight. They have different goals when you come to a gym like this. But when you go to like a gymnastics gym, their goal is to learn how to do gymnastics. So that's the main focus. But over here, everybody's doing their own thing. So as an employee that works here, you can't go to somebody and tell somebody, oh, you've been laying down for too long in the same spot. Like, there is no rules that say you can't be in the same spot for a long time. I'm not about to be walking around doing the running or the stairs or any when I'm injured already. I've been injured. My body cannot handle that stuff anymore. And another thing is, I've exercised. I've done gymnastics. Like I've done like a lot of heavy weightlifting, and that did not get me anywhere. But it just put a lot of tension in my body, and it made things worse for me, where I was like, I can't walk with big muscles and not feel tense and not feel stressed out. So I have to focus on stretching. The thing about me is what feels good to me is what I'm going to focus on if I know that's what's good for me. And stretching is what has delivered me from all the stress and the tension and the voices and everything that was going on in my body, including other things. Stretching, eating properly, those are the things that have healed me and made me feel better as a person. But as far as anything else, it's like I'm not about to be I'm not about to be sitting there and doing the bicycle and this and that when I've been injured already. I'm not interested in that. I want to heal. When I come to 24-hour fitness, my focus and my goal is to heal. I respect everybody. I do my best to respect everybody. I clean up the area. I do when I shouldn't. I shouldn't have to go and run to tell a 24-hour fitness manager or employee that they need to clean the restroom. I'm not gonna run around and injure myself trying to tell them how to do their job. The last thing I want to do when I go to the gym is tell an employee how to do their job, because it's none of my business. I don't get paid for that. I don't want to come to the gym to work on somebody else's attitude or work on somebody else's behavior. I want to work on myself, my attitude, my behavior. I want to make sure I know how to approach people and I'm speaking properly whenever somebody comes to approach me. My goal is to better myself as a human being, as a person, so I can be better for someone else, so I can be able to be a better representation or a better leader, or better, whatever it is I'm called to be, just a better person. I don't want to start problems. I want to solve problems. And when I come to places where problems are being brought towards me, or problems are being started or whatever, and it doesn't literally, like, I don't go listening to people's conversations to hear who's starting problems. These people that work here are the ones bringing these problems towards me, and they're not communicating to me properly, where it's making me feel like, well, hey, I thought you cared about me. Like, what is this? What is going on? And it's just, they're judging me based off of my appearance. Oh, this person looks like or acts like they don't know, so we're gonna just throw her around and talk to her any kind of way. And I'm sure I'm not the only person that they're talking to like this. I'm sure there's so many more like me that they're talking to like this, or so many other people that are normal too that they're talking to like this. But because I'm the only one that's actually speaking up, and I'm not going to say who has the balls to get up, but literally who God has given the courage to get up and defend herself. A lot of people don't have time to be arguing with employees. They will leave. They don't have time for that. And employees know who to pick on and who to not pick on. So I feel like 24-hour fitness needs to really gather their employees and really have some serious meetings when it comes to communication. If somebody's not communicating, if the manager themselves is not communicating to the employees properly, the employees are definitely certainly not going to communicate to the customers properly. It's definitely how they're being communicated to, or it's what they're allowing them to do. They're allowing them to do this. That's why they're acting like that. Because if you're a manager, if I'm a manager, the first things I'm gonna say is, listen, I need you to make sure that you communicate to each person that comes in here, because I hired you. I hired you to do your job, to do to get your job done well. And so please, I want you guys to respect these people, talk to them properly, learn blah 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 blah. And if you don't, that's going to be your job, because these people are the reason why you are able to be hired and to be paid. And without these people's these people paying their bill, their monthly bill, you're not going to have an employee or a paycheck, or you're not going to have a business. So it's so important to respect customers. Customers may be disrespectful, and that's when you bring the law enforcement, you involve the law or involve the police and etc. But when you start pushing on customers or pressing on customers just because another customer that hates a customer came to you and told you the wrong thing, make sure you investigate. No matter how somebody comes up to you, make sure when you approach that person, you approach them respectfully. No matter how angry you may be, never approach another customer with the same anger or aggression that another customer has brought towards you. Same thing with the manager. Just because one of your employees has said this person has refused to move and doesn't mean you say, well, tell them and call the police.